Good evening, everybody. I'd like to call the January 28th Village Fest Board meeting to order. Staff, can we have a roll call, please?
Yes, we have Chair Roberts,
Present.
Vice Chair Ganella,
Here.
Board Member Anderson,
Here.
Board Member Garten, here, Board Member Idell,
Here.
Board Member Alvarez,
Here.
and Board Member Battersby is currently absent, and Main Street Meredith will be absent today. We do vote for.
Are there any public comments this evening? Seeing none, are there any board comments for this evening? No. Well, I would like to take just a minute to welcome all of you here on behalf of the entire board. It is you who makes Village Fest work and has done so for the past 30+ years. So thank you for being here. We're very much interested in listening to what you have to say this evening. Just a little bit about how it will work. Shortly, we'll call you up one by one. You will have up to 5 minutes to plead your case before us as to why you should be admitted into Village Fest. You don't have to take 5 minutes, but you're allotted 5 minutes. At the 4-minute mark, our Sergeant at Arms, Board Member Anderson, will say 4 minutes. At 5 minutes, we'll cut you off and we'll ask you questions. A little bit more insight. If you're in the arts and crafts category, we consider Village Fest to be an artisan event, not an arts and crafts event. So what we're listening for is that whatever it is you're making at least 75% of it. So an example of that. Beads strung on a chain are very pretty and practical. However, we don't consider that to be an artisan item. If you polish the beads, if you drill the beads, if you cut them, if you make the chain, if you make the clasps, if you wire wrap them, all of those things, and that is what we're looking for, that it is an artisan item as opposed to just an arts and craft. So please keep that in mind that we'll be listening for that. You have a full, well, we're missing one board member tonight, so we will all vote after we hear what you have to say and decide to move forward. Thank you. Yeah. Next thing we have is the consent calendar. Any correspondence?
And
No. Consent calendar. Can we have a motion to approve the minutes for the meeting this evening, please?
You mean the agenda?
Agenda? Thank you.
So moved.
second,
Let us vote. David?
Yes.
Antonio?
Yes.
Celia?
Yes.
I vote yes. Dan?
Yes.
yes,
Thank you. Now we have two pieces to the approval of minutes. We have the minutes from 12:10. And we're not going to be able to vote on that tonight because Dan and Cheryl cannot vote. So we only have 3 here. We don't have a quorum.
Well, no, wait a minute.
we have 4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Was he?
We
You
did
guys at
4
the
was-
meeting?
I can't vote.
Antonio, were you here for the?
Yes, he was fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So approval of the minutes, thank you, for December 10th. Is there a motion?
I move that we approve the minutes of December 10th.
Second,
A second.
thanks. Let's vote. David,
Yes.
Antonio,
Yes.
Celia.
Yes.
And I vote yes. So we can take that off the agenda finally.
so excited.
That's been a while.
Next is the minutes for the 12-14 meeting, December 14th meeting, and Antonio,
January 14th.
Okay.
sorry, January 14th.
You took a big breath.
I didn't have a cocktail before this meeting.
Maybe you should.
That's what the problem.
Bartender at these meetings.
January 14th meeting, Antonio, you cannot vote on this, so is there a motion to approve? The
Yes,
minutes?
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, and let's vote. Cheryl,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
I vote yes. Celia,
Yes.
and David.
Yes.
Very good, thank you. Now, with help from the board, we'll move on to the next part of the program, which is to call each of you up. First up tonight is Alan Jensen. Alan is a nonprofit representing the Boys and Girls Club of Palm Springs. Please, yes, come up and press the button on your microphone and the floor is yours.
That work?
Yes.
Hi, my name is Alan Jensen. I'm the Director of Development at the Boys and Girls Club of Palm Springs. I brought with me Alyssa Goodman. She is one of our unit directors for the Teen Center of the Boys and Girls Club. We just want to take a moment to thank you for giving us this opportunity to come in and plead our case. As you probably most know, the Boys and Girls Club has been around for about 75 years. And we are the largest after-school program in the Palm Springs area for youth from the grades of 1st through 12th, correct?
Correct.
I've only been there 3 months, so I'm still kind of learning all the data. So please forgive me if that's why I brought this one along, because she's been there much longer than I have. We want to use the Village Fest as an opportunity to let the community know. As I've been to Village Fest, I mean, yes, I know it's an artisan thing, but there's also a lot of great organizations that are represented at Village Fest. And we want to make sure that the community knows that we are there for them. A lot of the children who come to our center are from lower income families. We have programs that can help them with that. We literally only charge $40 a year,
Yes.
$40 a year to come to our program. And we are open Monday through Friday for the kids. We also have summer programs. Anytime the school is closed, we have openings that they can come in. They can come in at 8 o'clock in the morning, stay until about 6:30 at night. This helps a lot of the parents, especially a lot of our parents who work 2 and 3 jobs, single parents and stuff. So we want the community to know that we are there for them. And that's what we would use our booth for, is identifying what our programs are and possibilities of their children coming to our program. And that's my spiel. Any questions?
Any questions from the board?
No, but I think it's a worthwhile program. I mean, that's awesome that you'll take kids all day. And you
Yeah.
just run them through programs and.
So I'm gonna let Alyssa touch base on the programs. If you want to just do a quick little spiel of
Yeah,
programs.
so we offer a variety of programs. So some include the arts, that can include STEM, regular art programs as well. We do good character and leadership. So we have those leadership programs that help our kids from 1st through 12th grade gain those leadership skills in a variety of ways. And we also have health and wellness. So we have Triple Play, which is our gym activity in a variety of different ways. And we also have healthy cooking classes that they can do, and so many more, but I don't want to go too much into it, but very brief, but way more on top of that.
And we have an indoor pool.
Oh.
Yes.
Wow.
So during the summer, it's great for the kids. During the winter, it's great for the kids. We actually just started a program through Palm Springs Unified School District called WAVE for kids between grades of 3 and 8, where they can come in and they can actually learn how to swim. Because surprising to me, I didn't realize this, there is only one school in Palm Springs Unified School District that has a pool, and that's Cathedral City High School. And it's currently closed right now for renovations. So here's these kids in the middle of the desert, that don't have a place to swim. So we teach that.
Is this along Sunrise across from,
Ralph's.
We are right across the well, so we're right next to the Mizell Center.
okay.
So if you're like me, I used to think it was all part of the Mizell Center. But then when I started working there, I was like, oh, it's 2 separate entities. So
How many kids participate now?
So I think we're averaging, you're gonna answer for the teen center.
So for the teen center, we're averaging about 24 a day, but we're on the rise. We're hoping to continue to get more. And did you want to talk about the children's center?
Yeah, so for the children's center, we're averaging about 70 to 90 kids a day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
We are licensed to have in the children's center up to 300, and I believe in the teen center up to 100 and.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
say it's about 100, yeah.
So
And are the kids from across the valley, or is it just Palm Springs?
we, anyone from across the valley, some of the schools, actually, their buses will bring them after school. We also offer transportation to certain schools. There is an extra fee for that, obviously. But we offer transportation to come and we actually pick up the kids, bring them to the program. Our goal is to eventually get to the point where we can offer it even more. But yeah, it's open to all children through Coachella Valley. Yeah.
Okay.
Any other board comments or questions? Sounds like we're ready for a motion.
I'll move to accept the Boys and Girls Club into the Village Fest as a nonprofit vendor.
Resoundingly seconded.
Thank you. Let us vote. David,
Yes.
Antonio.
Yes.
Celia.
Yes.
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 And
Yes.
thank you
Thank
for the
you.
work.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Important one.
Thanks. Have a
Maybe
good
I'll
night,
be so
everyone.
quick and thorough.
Next up is Lorraine Clemens, Dovetail 37. Hi, Lorraine.
How are you guys?
Yeah.
Good.
Sorry to go back and forth.
That's okay.
I can't remember anything.
It's okay.
This is my second time around. I broke my foot in January, so I wasn't
Oh,
able
no.
to do much. But my clothing is, silk and wool. It's all handmade. It's all, I do it all. I don't source it out or anything, and I don't buy, some people will buy the silk tops or the silk jackets or whatever, and then they go and dye them and what have you. But this is all held together. So what it is the process of so this was all white at one point, and so I painted it first. I go through and paint it. And it's just one big piece of fabric. And then I take it and I don't know if you're familiar with draping, but it's a flat drape. And so this right here is wool. And it's called roving. And it looks almost like hair. And I lay it out, I wet it, and I roll it, and I rub it, and I throw it. And what happens is eventually the fibers adhere to the silk. So it makes this where it ruches it, so it holds it together. So there's really no sewing involved at all. The only time I would sew it is if like a hole, like it didn't adhere like under the arm or what have you. But I do dresses, I do jackets, I do tops, I do all wool, like this one is all wool and then silk. I dye them, I paint them. This one was dyed in avocado pits or the seeds. And then I made it.
Oh, wow.
Really pretty, yeah.
Thank you. They're really fun. I do
There's
really
no
well.
sewing at all.
Huh?
There's no sewing at all.
No, and like I said, unless I either, because I've started embroidering, but it's a hand embroider. So I'll make like a
Wow.
piece like this. I didn't bring any with me.
That's very interesting.
And they're cows, and then I'll go through and like just freehand embroider where I just kind of move it and I did braiding. But anyways, that would be the only reason I would use a sewing machine. And then if there is a hole or something, I would just stitch it.
Yeah.
Is this like a wet felting?
It is wet felting. It's
Oh.
called Nuno felting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sorry, I have allergies.
that's okay.
And so
So your jacket is
Well, I
all,
hope you're not allergic to wool.
No,
your jacket is all wet felted. or
it is.
Whatever.
Everything here is wet felted.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a
And then like
process.
this piece is again all wool.
That's
I
pretty
love
amazing.
color. I love playing with a lot of the different fabrics. This one is all wool as well.
How are they maintained?
You want to, so at the end of the process, I'm rolling them and throwing them really hard in water, cold water. Don't put it in hot water. You want to wash it, just little light fabric. I use Myers, the lavender. I love the smell of lavender. And then you just put it in the sink and wash it.
So sort of a woolite type of process, right? Like.
Yeah, but you don't want to get it dry cleaned. You don't want to use anything
Okay.
real harsh. I don't like woolite, but I like just real
you go.
natural, product. Vinegar works. And then you lay it out flat to dry. This stuff dries in no time flat. I mean, like that.
And that's silk, right?
It is. I only use silk and I get all my fabrics from either Mood in LA or Italy.
What are I know it was in the file, but what are the
Oh,
price points like
So,
that, like what
so
you're
like
touching?
this right here would be $350. So it depends on the fabric
Right.
too, what fabric it is. And then my tops are like $150. This one is $4 because it's all wool. These that aren't all wool, like this one is $350. I do have, my lower ones are the shirt. These are the ones that sell the most, are the jackets.
Do you have an online presence?
I have a Instagram. I don't really keep up on it.
So you're not really selling,
Online.
you're
no.
not selling online, it's more to just display.
Yeah, it's more just for fun.
What about local shops or?
You know,
boutiques?
there was one, she contacted me a while ago. I was doing a show and it never transpired. It's hard because they want sizes and.
I was gonna
It's
say
just
that.
don't, you don't, it's just, if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. All my clients are like, oh my God, this fits so good, or, no, I don't like it. Everything's adjustable, I can cut things, I can, yeah, so,
Do you have enough stock to?
oh yeah,
Okay.
oh yeah. When I broke my foot last year, I kind of just had a bar stool and sat and I did some things and I have, like I said, I haven't done a show for a while, so.
Your work is beautiful, but
Thank
what's
you.
interesting is how it's made.
Yes,
Are you going to tell that story?
oh, I
Because that-
do, yeah, I
okay.
tell it, it gets.
I mean, at the booth,
Monotonous after a while.
people understand.
They do. Most of the people will understand it. A lot of them think it's a dry felting where it's that, but it's not that. That's too, I'm not like that. That's very A-type. Um, so yeah, I do tell them and they're very intrigued by the fact that it's not sewn. And I think that's what makes it so unique because when I'm throwing it or when I'm rolling it or whatever, like if I kept throwing this, these would come out super, super hard. Like it just gets really hard. And I stop at a certain point because I like the fluidity of the clothing, so.
Do you provide pair instructions like a?
I do, I have
handout
yeah,
that-
I have a pamphlet that I get, it's like a little 3x5 card. And then, of course, I have my cards and stuff too. Here, but yeah.
Beautiful,
It
absolutely
is.
beautiful.
Very.
Any other board questions for Lorraine?
I'm going to make a motion that we accept Dovetail 37 into Village Fest. I'll second.
Good. Let's vote. Cheryl,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
I vote yes.
Absolutely, yes.
Antonio?
Yes.
David?
Yes.
Welcome, Lorraine.
Thank you, thank you,
Beautiful, beautiful.
thank you.
Really
Debates will,
Beautiful stuff.
give you instructions on what to do next.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye. Look
Bye.
forward to seeing you on the street.
Thank you.
Next up is John Della Vecchia from Sunset Rescue Ranch. Hi, John. Good, come up, please.
I'm the founder of Sunset Rescue Ranch. I started about 10 years ago. By working at Palm Springs Animal Shelter, I saw a need for dogs that were unadoptable. So they would spend their life in the kennels if they weren't adopted out, because it's no kill shelter. Spending a life in an 8x4 space is not a place for them to be. My dogs typically are behavior issues. Don't like people, don't like other dogs. I'm a trainer. I'm experienced for 30 years in handling these dogs. I work with them to the point where they can live cohesively in a unit in my house. I don't have outside runs. So I'm on 10 acres. They get exercised. You'll see some of the dogs when the shelter was open, they would go crazy. They'd be barking. They'd be, bouncing off the walls. In the house, they just calm down. They act differently. So they live their life with me, whatever long that's going to be. I have dogs that have been with me from the beginning that are 14, 15, 16 years old. And as they pass, I pull others. I primarily work with Palm Springs Animal Shelter. I have pulled from CVAC. I have pulled from LA. People contact me every day. Can you help me with my dog? My dog, doing this, biting this, acting like this. If I can help, I'll help for free to keep that dog in their house. I can't take every dog, so I can network with other places that can maybe handle dogs that are a little bit better. There's a rescue in Thermal that called me a couple weeks ago and said, look, we have this AKC registered shepherd. I said, I can't take it, I'm full, but I can train it. So I'm working on training that dog to get it adopted out, hopefully to somebody in the military, because I'm up by 29 Palms. I'm north of Joshua Tree.
Tell them about it. I'm
This is
Sue
so
Gavin.
exciting.
I'm a volunteer.
Oh, great.
The rescue is all volunteers. Nobody's paid. Nobody gets a salary. All the money's collected goes directly for the dogs and the rescue. And then at the booth, we provide advice.
Yeah.
Counseling, what training,
Support.
support, so that
Education
people don't
about-
turn in their dogs.
Yeah.
So is
That
your,
have behavior issues.
We were at Village Fest, I think 2017, 2018, up until COVID. Then my co-founder passed away in 2021. That was Sam. And he did the booth for me because I live in Joshua Tree. I'm with the animals mostly, so I'm not with the animals. It's a little bit harder. So Sue and others are helping me now in the booth to try and reestablish a presence if we can.
So then who will be in the booth?
I will be there probably in the beginning of Village Fest. I can't stay there till 11:30 at night. So I'll probably be there from opening until maybe 9. And then we have other folks.
Yeah, we have people that
board
have been,
members,
yeah,
volunteers.
that have been there for 10 years
Yeah.
and we're steady volunteers, so we would man the booth.
So are you looking for donations? Are you looking to adopt the dogs out at some
If I
point?
have adoptable dogs, I can bring them. It's not often that I have a dog that would be comfortable in a Village Fest environment. I specialize in large dogs. That's where the need is. You guys probably know Palm Springs is in crisis. Everybody's in crisis with large dogs. Little dogs are easy.
Did you wind up with any of those Great Danes that were rescued from that farm?
Yes. I don't have,
I went to see them because I was going.
I drove
adopt one,
3
but they
of
were
them to
too on the road
Colorado.
for me, yeah.
myself to
Wow.
find another rescue that would take them very far away from the man who had them,
Yeah,
very far.
and they were in distress big time even there at the.
They were
shelter.
there for
Yeah.
18 months.
Yeah, I know.
And we worked, our
I know.
team worked around the clock pretty much to keep those dogs from going nuts.
Yeah.
Having
That's scary.
a Great Dane in a space that's 4x6 and 4x8 is not
ridiculous.
fair.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a crime.
How do you survive financially? I mean,
Donations.
okay, strictly donations. Do you have any grants or any,
Grants is so hard to find
how to
because they want to
train
do
dogs?
programs, and my program basically is pulling the dog from the shelter to keep it sanity.
Mhm.
And I won't adopt a dog out that I think is unsafe.
Mhm.
With me, it's in trained hands, so I know, okay, these are its triggers, this is what I can do, this is what I can't do. I can teach you to do that, but I can't teach everybody to do that. It's a very specific thing that they have to. So if I.
Do those
feel
people
interested-
then in turn become affiliated with you, make donations on a regular basis, participate in fundraising or? I mean, it
Not
was
so much, yeah, most of the ones I've sent have been military
Okay,
and they've been deployed somewhere.
yeah.
How many animals? Go ahead.
I would ask the same question, how many animals at any point in time do you have?
I can have anywhere from 16 to 18. Right now I have closer to 18 because I have a dog in front.
And is it only dogs?
I think one of the benefits is that for so many people who love dogs, cats and animals, you get money, we give money to organizations that, you know, we think, "Well, where's this money going?" And I think this is just a really hands-on, you can just, it's local and you can see that there are 18, 16 or 18 animals that are being cared for.
Yeah.
I think that's a big plus.
Do you have a website or social
I
media
do.
presence? Good.
We're on
Definitely
Instagram, on Facebook.
talk about that, you know.
We
Great
recently
social
had a
story.
dog that had bloat. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with bloat. It's where the stomach blows up. Sue and I
Bernie the Saint Bernard.
rushed it to emergency vet down in Palm Desert and they had to decompress him immediately. And I don't know if you're familiar with vet bills up there, that's $15,000 to $20,000. So we had to contact him in Mexico. We called the Mexican vet and said, we're on our way. Within 2 hours, we were in Mexico. They did emergency surgery, untorqued his stomach. And we were able to raise funds through Instagram and Facebook to cover the expense, which turned out to be closer to 6,000 than 20,000, just going to Mexico.
Do you have a card or a website or that
I
you
have
could give
cards.
us? I'd love to, yeah.
And we have a link on the websites.
Thank you.
You can QR code on the back.
And John, you are a registered 501.
We are registered 513, have a paper with the state of California and the IRS.
May I make the motion in honor of my past dog that had a stomach problem like that and I couldn't control? So I think it's admirable what you do and you'd be a nice addition. You have a great story to tell.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Thank you.
So
That's the
whatever the
motion.
word is, that's the motion, yes.
I'll
second.
Let's vote. Cheryl,
Yes.
Dan,
Yes.
I vote yes.
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 Tony and David.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Do you
I
still
will
have any of
donate.
those Great Danes?
No.
They all got adopted out.
We've gotten very far away from that man.
Yeah,
Yeah, because we were afraid that if people saw him in town.
Yeah.
Because he's not a very nice man.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah,
He was, I know the city took him away from
yeah.
him. Yeah.
How's Bernie doing? I'm looking at him on your Instagram. He's so
Bernie,
cute.
yeah, he was my boy, had blow.
Oh, that was, yeah.
Yeah, so imagine a
Did he live?
167-pound dog walked away from me about 300 feet from the door. could no longer walk because he was so bound up. I had to pick him up and carry him.
Is his stomach invert? Is that what happened? That the stomach flip, kind of like the Danes get? Yeah.
And he
I know that-
was tacked and it's still inverted. So we rushed him down to the emergency vet. They did about 10 x-rays to find out not only did he have flow, even though he was tacked, it's still twisted enough that it damaged his spleen. He had to have his spleen removed.
That's fine.
He's good for it.
Thank you. We look forward to seeing you on the street.
Touch the card. Yep.
Next up is Carmen Vargas, Palm Springs High School.
Oh, you skipped one.
No, they're not here.
Oh, there's one.
Ballet Folklorico.
Folklorico is how it's pronounced.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So, yes, Carmen is not here.
I was wanting to hear
The
that.
5E is not here this evening, just for the board. Next up then is Charlene Awa with Given Gnomes Arts. Hi, please come up.
This person's not here.
Elena Calderon.
There's three that are.
They're in this,
E, E, and F.
no, D and F are not here.
Oh, what about E?
Carmen
D,
Vargas.
she's not here.
D, E is not here.
D, E, and then F also is not here?
F,
Elena.
D and F are not.
Well, the E
Present.
is the.
E was supposed to be here, but she's not.
Okay.
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 Hi,
Hi.
I'm
Hi.
Charlene Hour.
Welcome.
I'm a craft designer and I designed this gnomes since 2016. I make these gnomes
Great.
right here, all made by me.
There's your Rams now.
And I do
Derek.
my main, my football now.
She has all three.
Everybody loves football, right? Okay, I've just bought the Rams from them. I make football known. This is what I mainly want to sell most of the time, but these are the extras that I make. And it's all made by me with by fabrics, fleece fabric, by all the hobby shops here, Hobby Lobby, Joann's, Walmart, wherever they sell this fleece. That's where I buy them from. I chop them up and I make the gnomes, and the football gnomes. So I would love to sell them at the Village Fest. And I just made my Valentine's gnomes for customer. See, I make gnomes at least 6 at a time, a yard of fabric, I can make 5 gnomes.
Wow. It's good you.
So I make 5 of these, 2 yards, I make 10 gnomes. All depends on the picture size too, because I want the logo up in front. And then it's all handmade, has rice in it, the fur, and fiber in it, poly fur. So this is what I do. And this is dish towels. I create dish towels also into them.
Oh, wow.
Do you do seasonal, you see how Valentine, do you do seasonal, like, cause Christmas time, you always associate that with.
Yes, I
It's a
do.
Halloween one, right?
I do every holiday.
That's cute.
It's cute.
This is the only thing I have because I don't keep my product, it's always sold out. So when Christmas comes around, I build it. So I do Christmas, Halloween, Easter, Valentine's, Mother's Day, and then I do spring wreaths also too. I do holiday wreaths too.
18.
I gave you my pictures.
We saw them.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We saw them.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Nice.
oh,
Fun.
you want to touch
It's really different. That's different.
And it's all fleece. It's all soft.
Where do you sell now?
I'm not selling, I wanna join the village.
You know what I mean? Are you online?
I'm
Are you
not on
Etsy or
Facebook.
anything like that? No, nothing?
I'm a retired grandma. We babysit the grandbaby.
No,
So I saw Village Fest. And I wanted to try.
Well, I was asking because you said that you don't have any of your other ones because they will sell, so.
Yeah, I have like,
Are you selling privately? Is that what you're doing?
yeah,
Oh,
so
gotcha, okay.
people used to from Facebook where I used to sell it. Well, she's hooked up with me since then.
Yeah.
So we haven't fall apart together, so she's been buying.
We ship it out to Utah and stuff.
Yeah,
like
she's
that.
from Utah City.
So they buy a whole bunch, we ship it out to Utah.
Yeah, and we just moved to into Palm Springs.
We
I
used to do
came
this
from
in Vegas,
Vegas.
yeah, we did this up in Vegas.
So
We
we
saw a
live
lot
here
of it in
now,
Vegas.
and then I try to see all your craft shows and your festivals here, so I'm wanna join.
Fine.
How's your inventory?
Yeah.
How's the inventory?
Oh,
Avatar,
she's got like all 32
Yeah.
kids. We got about 700 gnomes so
Oh,
far.
yeah, I have,
Yeah,
Yeah.
one time we had over 1,000.
What, made?
Yeah, all
Yes.
handmade, she makes it all.
already
But
made up.
it goes
Already made,
fast,
oh,
because
gotcha.
people buy like 50 at a time, some people buy 100. In Utah, they buy like 50 one time, we ship like 3-4 boxes to them. So like the football, they buy all 32 teams,
Yeah.
but she has all 32, so they buy 32 teams worth of gnomes, so they can sell it in Utah.
And at the price point, I think you guys will do pretty good.
Yeah, and
especially
she, the
downtown.
prices, she gets
I
really good.
started
$18.
$15.
$15.
Usually $10, 15,
Nothing.
18 now.
Yeah,
Oh,
she used to
I
sell
know.
it for $10 in Vegas and
I'm
then
just
went
a
to
retired
15.
grandma.
And now I told her, well, we just put it to 18 because, you know, it's
That's more than fair.
Yeah.
more than
Yeah.
fair. But if you want people to buy, we're not there to make money. She's just there because
We're-
she's
yeah.
hobby.
Retired,
Yeah,
grandma and grandpa's retired. And we try to, keep ourselves busy then.
Yes. $18.
Yeah, and
Well,
then
you're
still
starting
my
to make
job.
some money. I mean, that's.
Yeah. And then I come to visit you guys Village Fest, so I seen it. Yeah, so and I say, wow, it's a
maybe we can
part-time.
sell this here.
It's a part-time thing.
Yeah. will. Maybe you can customize some things that
I was gonna say.
into
Yeah.
Palm Springs area.
Yeah, I was looking for the hockey team here because she wanted to buy the fabric. A lot of people was asking for the hockey.
Yeah. the
Because in
fiber.
Vegas, we made the Golden Knights.
Yeah,
And
we
we
had
couldn't
Golden
keep it in stock. She would make 50, would be gone the next week, 50 would be gone the next week. They
At the
would just
fairs.
buy the hockey.
Yeah,
The Golden Knights were just, every week was just gone. She couldn't keep up with the hockey.
usually at the fairs.
We're almost 5.5 minutes. I have a question related to the sports. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a copyright person, but is there ever any challenge or infringement on those kind of things? Do you have
Red
permission?
Cross.
No,
Cross
because when you
Harbor,
go there,
one.
there's people making, in Vegas, they have people making blankets out of this. They're making,
Yeah, out of these.
Yeah,
type of
they-
fabric. You get blankets.
they get hats.
You get hats.
They make,
So
bags.
if we're the Rams or.
no,
I'm in the organization here, what would happen if somebody came and said?
I
imagine if they're buying the fabric.
I was gonna
from
say.
the fabric
Then the
store,
fabric store is.
yeah,
Okay.
everything comes out of fabric stuff. We don't buy nothing
Yeah.
from. the-
Again, I just wondered, I mean,
They're not printing their own fabric.
Right.
No, we buy from Amazon, of course,
Amazon. Wherever
and-
we can buy them, 'cause
And
some
all
of
the
them are hard
fabric
to get.
stores here.
So you gotta order them out of state because you
Okay.
can't get some of the hockey teams. We got like some of New York hockey team, we got a couple of Canada hockey team. Then she's starting to make the football for college, so we're getting a lot of like Utah State,
mhm.
UCLA, and all of them. People ask me, can you make me this? Can you make me that? So she goes and buy the fabric. And we make couple for the college teams. So
Mhm.
we'll be making for Utah, UCLA.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Any other board questions?
I just have a comment. I think the sports themes are really cool. I would encourage you to continue to make other, like some of these, because I think people will buy them for their children.
Local high schools,
High
maybe.
school, yeah, you don't necessarily have to focus on sports teams.
Pride
This
would
is
be
the
a huge
hottest thing.
opportunity with just.
Football is the hottest in the
Well, I'm
fair.
just saying, in this
Yeah.
valley, you'll
Yeah.
This,
figure that out.
Yeah, I
decide.
will.
Yeah.
It's just that
Okay.
these, it just takes up my time.
Right.
Because I have to be stock up like 200 gnomes for when I go to the fair. Everybody has their team. I don't want to turn anybody down.
Right.
So I got 32 teams.
Palm Springs.
Keep in mind that the Village Fest is predominantly visitors to the city.
Right.
So you're selling to an audience who may not be local.
yeah, that's what
Right,
she
that's
makes it
why
like
I-
this, where you can actually put it in your suitcase.
That was the
Suitcase.
point.
That's what
that-
she made it where you can
Right.
actually just fold it up, put it in your suitcase.
You're
and
gonna
take
see
it
this
with you.
mainly at the fairs, not mostly these, but
Okay.
Good, all right.
I would like to know more about, so that's just a wreath and you're selling wreaths, is that what it is?
yeah, well, the list, I made the list and they said I had to bring whatever I put on the list.
Yeah.
And she used to make.
This is my main thing.
Okay.
Those are
This is
handmade.
just a wreath.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So,
It's our
so the
record.
bulk sales that you mentioned, you said people buy 50, 100 at a time. Are they retail that they're buying them from you wholesale and they're
And
basically
selling.
then selling them?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
Okay.
sells them the same price,
Yeah, they do
$15, and
whatever
they do
they
whatever they want.
Okay, that's what I.
It's none of my business. They buy it from me for wholesale, you know.
Yep.
And then whatever they do.
Yep.
But I don't really do that. I wanna do it at fairs.
Any
Yes.
other questions?
No,
How about a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept giving gnomes hearts into Village Fest.
Oh,
I'll second.
All right, let's vote, David.
I'll vote yes. I hope to see more variety, that's all. I
Right.
look forward to that.
And Tony,
sure,
Yes.
I can do variety.
Yes.
I vote yes. Dan?
Yes.
Cheryl?
Yes.
Mitchell?
Yes.
Good, congratulations.
Thank
Well,
you, thank you.
Faith will give you the next steps there to follow and
Oh,
we'll see you
okay.
soon.
Okay, thank you.
Bye-bye.
I apologize for being late. I fell into a cactus and had to go get it. I got tripped up in my dog's leash.
And who did it?
Hospital.
Oh, you had to go to high school to do it?
Oh,
I always wondered what happened.
Are
when
you,
do that.
Luis,
Now I
are
know.
you going to serve something?
Yes.
Do you need time to set up? Why don't you take some time to set up and we'll have someone come up and then you'll be ready?
I'm ready to go.
Oh, you're ready to go? Well, then come on.
Hi, thank you
Hi.
for taking the time to let me present my product. My name's Luis, I'm a chef. I grew up with fresh salsa every single day.
Yes.
When I moved out of my parents' home about 10, 12 years ago, I realized not everyone was like that. I started going to the store and I was really disappointed with what I got, so started calling my mom. Hey ma, how do I make this? Hey ma, how do I make that? After college, I started selling oranges at the farmer's market. I love the community and I saw an opportunity to do my own thing. So I started making my own chips. They're made with only a few ingredients. We actually grind the corn on a stone to get a light flaky texture. And we fry it in rice bran oil, which is one of the least inflammating oils.
Rice bran oil?
Rice bran oil, yeah. And one of the salsas that we're best known for is this one here. It's made from romaine and green leaf lettuce. It was actually featured in LA Taco, a few news articles as well. That one's really good. Traditionally served with like a roasted chicken. You can throw it in rice or pasta. All of these are like 5 ingredients or less, no preservatives. This second one going around is cilantro with lime pesto. You can toss it in white rice or again some chicken. You can use it to marinate carne asada. Let's see. We also have our own line of cashew queso, so non-dairy queso and crema. It's made from cashew, so anyone with allergies probably should stay away from this one. It's got a little bit of red pepper. In Mexico, we call that one requesón, which means creamy cheese, and that's exactly what it is. It's great for quesadillas and for pastas.
Always a fat boy.
We got a little bit of bean dip here as well, seasoned with onion and garlic. This one's one of my favorites to make an avocado dip. Classic bean dip, yeah. The best seller, of course, is the classic guacamole. It's lime and sea salt.
Delicious.
Got
a little bite.
This one this way.
Really
This one's a classic guacamole.
Can I get some more chips?
Of course. Sorry, I meant to open it. Just forgot about it.
I only took 2.
I only took a few. It's an open bag right there.
I didn't even touch them.
Those are
We also have
I see
our-
that big, they took them aside.
we also have our own line of hot sauce and chili oil. When we have different flavors for this one with different spice levels. If anyone wants to try, they'll be right up here. I can pass it over.
Cashew,
Yeah, that's
so.
good.
Mhm.
Cashew is the very best nut to use when you're gonna go.
Because it's so
There we go.
yeah. This one, this red one's kind of like our classic red. And we also
Bring
have
those
a mild.
margaritas to go with this.
Yeah. Yep, only in the back. Classic red that's mild as well, a hot one and creamy jalapenos and dip. One of our bigger sellers too is our yellow and blue. I didn't bring a sample of the blue corn because we sold out, but we also have blue corn tortillas.
And you make those as well, right?
Mhm. We make everything.
Is this hot?
So I think that
In your kitchen.
that one would be a medium. We have a commercial kitchen.
Here in Palm Springs.
No, we're out of Orange County. We're in about 10 different farmers markets every week. And We're spending, so I thought this date of Thursday night works out great for us.
Yeah, that's right.
I think we would do really well.
I love the chips.
So these are your mom's recipes.
Only the classic red one and the guacamole, the rest are mine. Yeah,
This one's really good.
Does this one have melon in it? Right?
that one, no, you will get a little bit of taste like that, but it's roasted tomatoes.
Okay. Yep. Guacamole.
Oh my God, that's full.
It's the best out
All right, I
there.
have all these chips left now. So you're gonna have to.
You're gonna have to-
We're just
be careful.
Anybody wanna try the real hot one?
No.
Maybe I'll open up the real mild one then.
The rest of us are a bunch of gringos.
I'll take it. I'll pass it over.
Just want to see it's all one house.
So good.
This is the mild one.
Me too.
I'll try them.
I could just about drink the mild one. This one's the real hot. It's
Get that one straight
hot
to you.
and sour.
Not Antonio.
It's habanero, Thai chile, and
That's
chile
the
de-
green ones back.
Mild.
That's gonna be Brian for a whole,
This is mild, right?
Yes.
That's like a green.
This is the mild one.
The creamy one's got a little bite in the back end, the green one. Most of them, I didn't pass out the caps, but most of them have the spice level on them. So when people buy them, they know what spice level they're getting.
I don't know what you eat it.
You currently sell to any
that-
restaurants or grocery stores?
Not currently, but it's something I would like to work my way up to.
Right.
Just you right now, or you
It's
got a
just
hot
me,
one?
I have a few friends that help me on the weekend for the markets, but production is just me.
Is this one hot at all?
That's mom.
Which is
What's
this?
that?
This is so
That one's
different than
salsa made
stuff
from
that you
the-
taste at the farmer's market.
We've had them.
on
like
the
this
weekend,
one.
and
I like this one.
I like your story too.
Yeah, thank you. We actually used to do the Palm Springs Saturday Farmers Market. I had troubles finding someone to help me come and do it, so I had to give it up. I still want to have a presence here in the valley because I have so many people reaching out to me. Hey, when are you coming back to Palm Springs? Hey, when are you coming back to Palm Springs? Saturday doesn't work out, but Thursday does.
Nope.
Got a kick, but it's not like super spicy.
That's the best one.
Yeah. But we're all up.
That's my favorite.
Cashew queso.
I like this one. The hot one isn't that bad.
Huh?
Is this one a hot one?
Send it down.
That one's
This is super.
What are your price points?
$8 each, 5 for 35, guacamole $2 extra. 12 and 10.
It's not bad.
Yes, this is the.
Yeah, we try to, I want to make it as accessible as possible,
No, it's
but
reasonable.
this stuff is quality, so I have to charge accordingly.
Everything is delicious. The chips are
Really good.
awesome.
Thank you so much.
Do your lids have ingredient lists?
Yeah, it's all, I'm already another event, so I have everything up to code. I have all the permits, insurance.
Terrific.
Oh, great.
Louise, it's a tough market out here, but your guac is the best I've ever had.
Thank you so much.
I agree.
It's fabulous.
I'm not crazy about stuff like this, but I enjoy
I have
it.
to write
It
in my
really
book.
helps that there's, it's avocado season right now, so they're really, really good.
Yeah.
I get the sense we're gonna approve this.
Anybody have any more questions for Louise? Because I think our mind's made up.
You make 75% no.
How about a motion?
I'll move to approve
Second.
Aca salsa. What is it? Aca pico
Acapulco
salsa.
salsa.
Then we will vote. David,
Absolutely.
Antonio,
Yes.
Celia.
Yes.
Absolutely, yes. Dan
Next time I'm bringing margaritas, yes.
Yes.
and Mitchell.
As a chef, I couldn't do much better, so yes.
Congratulations. Welcome to Village West.
Thank you for your time.
Some of these are amazing,
Yeah.
things like the cilantro one on like
And
grilled
that's
chicken or a grilled salmon.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. I'll see you guys.
Take a short break for some technical issues we're having.
Yes. So we will take a short break due to technical issues. Stay tuned.
So that while we were eating, we're.
Okay, log on quickly, and then switch.
Hi, guys. Hey, Nick, how you doing?
You better come taste.
Yeah.
You should have a
This is so good.
really.
You need a charger?
Really?
Oh, what is that?
Mine's charged.
Which was it? Pesto, this one?
Yeah, I have this
Okay.
for them, but
Gotcha.
I thought he said
I have
pesto.
the extra one. Yeah, it still shows recording, so that'll be okay.
Wow.
think if you pass that walk down back to David Hill, he would appreciate that.
Down.
Ready, David? I'm gonna do like
Like the Holland?
I don't wanna be the only one who has a stain on my belly.
I walked through that as it was dropping. I was like, sorry.
She kind of giggled when it happened.
So it falls back.
Oh, you have a charger here, right? Or do you have a charger? All right.
Yeah.
And she's using
Plugged in.
but also something to fill it. A little noses.
It's extra.
Because normally it's red and green, right?
Unless it gets into your social security.
It's flashing now. Yeah. Oh, that's that.
Did he make the? Just the blue
Is
chips?
he gone? Did
Did
he-
I do anything with this?
He said that there's no chip.
Yeah, there's that. We did bring the
This?
Yeah, he also does blue ones that he.
You fry the blue one or they?
Open up the package. Take it.
Well, they look. That's all. Those are tough taco. Yeah, taco shell.
Those are orange tortillas.
Yeah. But I think you make the chips out of it.
Sure.
I would love them to be blue chips. It would be great. As a Ralph's has them. It was like not as new. It is. Get out.
It really has to. Stop looking over our shoulders.
There's two different ones. Yeah, it gives me trouble sometimes.
You guys trying to do?
Trying to get the owl hooked up.
Is it off? By looking at the video?
It was working, yeah.
Oh, it was.
Didn't we get in trouble with this last time?
I think. Yes.
Yeah.
And then the dark green. is-
Yeah. Right, Liddy.
Friday.
You don't need to.
Breathe in.
Also. Yeah. Oh, wait. Oh.
Thank you. Yes. So recording? It says it's recording. They recorded our whole shenanigans.
That is Deborah Brown. The Costco Brazilian pick. That's Deborah.
Hello, how are you guys doing?
Yeah.
So.
So happy to see you here.
It's so good to see you too. It's always wonderful to see you. And there's a few familiar faces here. So yeah, my name's Deborah Brown. I'm the general manager of Trust of the Brazilian Steakhouse. We wanted to do an informational booth at Village Fest about the steakhouse just to get some exposure to the tourists. We're trying really hard to market to locals and everybody, but we're trying to just get a little more exposure. But yeah, we just want to have a little booth that will talk about the restaurant, describe everything, give out menus, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much it.
Are you gonna do your biscuits also? Is that your plan?
We will in the future. We're not doing it initially. You know, we wanted to get our booth going first. We'll try the health department application and everything in the future. But yeah, we are actually looking at implementing a catering program in a truck. So that'll be several months down the road, but hopefully, you know, that'll be a new application process. But yeah, that's kind of.
Is Toronto in chain?
It is a family-owned business. So we have one location as Son Villas up in Bellevue, Washington, and then Reno, the first Churrasco, that's where I'm from, and then now here.
Are you in the quick budget village?
We are not in.
No, how does that, are they gonna be regular vendors or?
Yeah.
Go down to remote.
It was a district that was created, so it runs from Alejo Road to Ramon Road and includes Indian Canyon and Belardo Canyon. So that was the district when all of our downtown and commercial downtown businesses were created. It was considered that district.
It was.
He was outside.
Coffee. He was across the street, goes to the dotted line. Basically.
Correct.
I remember that.
Yes, I know.
Well, I'm personally excited to see them. I went and had a drink a few weeks ago with the owner and encouraged them to come out and participate.
It's amazing, it's amazing.
It is amazing, a lot of food.
Do you guys have any questions or about the restaurant even or anything?
Can we see a flyer?
Yeah, so these are our little like menu brochures. That only has 9 of our meats on there, but we have 17 cuts of meat available on any given week.
Do you have anything besides meat for people doing meat?
We do, so 70% of our salad bar is vegetarian friendly and 50% is vegan friendly. But not, it's, yeah, we got a little bit of everything. Any seafood, we have a crab salad, but then we have salmon, we have smoked salmon and baked salmon, and we have ceviches. We are doing brunch, so Saturdays and Sundays from 10 till 1. The brunch does not have the meat service, it's just a brunch menu. So we have 4 different kinds of eggs, we have bacon and sausage, we have mollo de cachorro, which is a sausage dish that's very traditional to Brazil. We have feijoada bean stew, we have rice, we have, you know, a lot of good stuff up there, some fruits, some veggies, some croissants. We do have feijoada, it's very good. We do have caipirinhas, yes. So you'll have to come through and say hello, yes. It's a Brazilian. Mm-hmm.
It's a very heavy, very, am I saying it right?
You are, yeah, the feijoada, yeah, but it's,
Yes.
Yeah.
but yeah. So you're familiar with Brazilian cuisine? Yeah. Okay, okay. Now you do need to come through and say hello.
Then move to, for instance, to sell biscuits or something, or
Yeah.
sample.
Do free samples of the pão de queijo, the cheese bread. But we, at the moment, that doesn't, we're trying to make sure we're retaining the quality of our product and we don't have a good way to be able to ensure it's rated. It would still be good and meet every standard, but you know, if you've been to the restaurant, you know the cheese bread is amazing. So, yes, yeah. So, and that's one thing. It's hard. not to.
So will placement be a challenge since many of our booths are in front of us? Or a number of our booths in front of, but there's a.
I think so. I think as a promotional booth, it should be fine. Mhm.
And we're not looking to take the business from Village Fest evenings for people like, you know, staying the weekend, like, hey, you know, tomorrow night or Saturday night or whatever. Yeah. So.
No, I asked because some of the merchants, some of the brick and mortar merchants, can take exception to what's out front of their store. Right, because you're right outside of their store, that's why I asked, I want to make sure there's no.
Yeah, we don't typically get complaints regarding other downtown merchants. It's typically just Village Fest vendors who come in for the Thursday night.
Gotcha.
You could have like coupons or something to encourage folks.
We are intending on bringing in, you know, coupons, seeing how that works with the customers, but yeah, usually just free dessert cards or we'll have like promotional $25 off Rodizio dinner or something like that. Exactly, yeah, to see how the marketing is going, so. Yeah.
I would move to approve Cusco Brazilian Steakhouse.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes. Yes.
Welcome, Deborah.
Congratulations, Deborah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Next up is Jeff Baymont. Jake and Deb.
I take a moment to set up my display. Thanks for cleaning that up.
20.
Oh, don't tolerate. So, what is that? What is that? It's like a chili on it? Yeah. Keep on looking at it and you. That's good.
Mountain Valley.
You haven't.
I know.
Over here from me.
Hold them.
Yeah. They're all good. I'll have more.
Yeah, yeah. No sequels.
Cover for the Roman.
I'm calling it cilantro, but it doesn't say it has.
Email or something.
I'm hosting meetings. And displays.
That's this one, the soy salt.
That all great.
You can't even throw dice, can you?
All right, thank you for letting me set up. So these are all playing cards that I designed. With this, instead of the normal suit, you play with the rock, paper, scissors, water, and lizard. So it's a complete 5-suit deck that uses rock, paper, scissors. Yes. So I take it you know how paper covers rock and rock blunt scissors. Now water rusts scissors, water erodes rock, but paper absorbs water and there's a drinks water. So for every suit, you're always going to have 2 stronger suits and 2 weaker suits. Based on that logic, I came up with a bunch of brand new card games. There's solitaire games, trick-taking games, family games, kids games, little something for everybody. And you get the ace through king in every suit. So if you have a favorite card game, you can try it out with 5 suits. And that'll make your odds different. You can actually get 5 at a time without wild cards. What are the suits? You got rock. Huh?
Oh, I think rock.
Got paper, scissors, water, and lizard. So, yeah, and then for the artwork, these are all real kings and queens from all over the world. We got the Middle East and India, Africa, North and South America, Pacific Islands, and Asia. All the jokers are tricksters from different cultures. So if you play with the jokers, they can actually reverse the rock, paper, scissors, right in the middle of the game. Let's make it spicy. I also designed a dark hand deck. This one's a 2-sided deck. So in case you don't like the hand you were dealt, now you can just turn it over to your dark hand. Really? So this will play a lot of familiar game. Now you get to add new rules about when you can switch between your light hand and dark hand. So there's some games where one player's light, another is dark. Sometimes everyone has to switch at the same time. You'd even try a hand of poker, where you make one wager on your light hand, a second on your dark hand, but then a third on the best hand anyone can make, and mix and match light and dark together. So I've got 3 of these different decks, play over 20 original games. I put all the game rules on the website, so you don't have to buy a rule book. And I even made some videos for the people who don't like to read the rule. Me.
Do you provide though a paper sheet or anything like that with rules for the game?
I couldn't fit a whole Royal Hoyle's book of rules inside here. One of the decks does have little instructions in there. This one's a 4x4x4 deck, so it's unlike any other deck. So just to let people kind of get an idea to get started, got some different game rules and the basics in there, but everything else is online.
I would say that they're all unlike any other.
Yeah. Different print.
Were you a card player or are you a card player? Is that
I spent the first 30 years of my career as a juggler.
a juggler?
If you remember the Renaissance Fair that was here 20, 30 years ago, I actually worked with Tom Wilson out there.
And I actually came out with him Thursdays right before the event. We passed out flyers to at the Village Fest, so that's how I kind of remembered what it was like out there.
How did you come up with cards?
Yeah. In the seventies, there was a mathematician named Sam Katz and Karen Bryla came up with a game of rock, paper, scissors, lizard, spot. They joke about it in the show Big Bang Theory. But I heard about it and I thought about the math and the balance of it, and I realized if you applied those rules to a deck of cards, now all the suits have different relationships to one another. You got stronger suits and weaker suits, any two pairs that you have. And I started thinking about different card games that could play with that, and I realized, well, if I don't do this, no one's ever gonna do it. So I sat down, did the artwork, took about 5 months to do all the artwork. I came up with all the game rules, did a Kickstarter campaign to do the funding.
What does it look like?
My newest one that's uses old English design from a deck about 300 years ago. It's a big logic puzzle. On the back, it's basically a diagram.
Okay.
The rock, paper, scissors diagram.
What are these? Are these?
Those
some
are
of the
prints.
sets?
Yes,
You
I
sell
sell
them as a print, this is like frameable.
those are print. Yeah, those are 5 by 7, so they fit in 7-inch frames. Also got some 11 by 14 prints as well. I've got my newest ones use I've got that English design. I've also got some French designs.
And you have those as prints also?
As prints, yes.
Add those as well?
Yes.
Okay.
And if you're curious,
Do you do the card decks in different sizes?
no.
I asked because I worked for a company that owns Barcelona playing cards. They're saying that big ones like this, they had little tiny decks like that.
Oh, so the company that owns US Playing Card Company?
No, used to own Bicycle. It
Oh,
was,
okay.
What's the name of it? Diamond International.
Oh.
There's 8 crates and all.
Yeah, the Dark Hand deck and the Puzzle deck are actually printed by the US Playing Card Company, so they're gonna feel just like bicycle playing cards. They're made to just, so you can play them for a long time.
Jeff, this is really interesting. How are you gonna explain it? Because here's just.
People walking by, you know, and you're going to get their attention and, but they need to understand this. I mean,
Yeah.
the story behind this is.
I have
that it's
to-
interesting as a card.
Yeah. I basically have all my displays set out on the table. I say, come on over, take a look. These are all playing cards that I designed. Sometimes they stop, sometimes they don't. Then I go through the spiel that I just did.
Yeah, okay.
And yeah, either they get it or they don't. It's not for everybody, but for the people who play card games or other games, they appreciate that this is something, we've been using the same deck of cards for a century.
Yeah.
Standard playing cards, the 52 card deck goes about the 1500s.
Your illustrations
Or
are beautiful.
peanut.
Thank you.
Who's your audience?
Can we see that deck of cards you have in your hand? I
Yeah.
see the-
Or your buyer?
There are a lot of different people. There's people who play board games. There's kids like them. Grandparents like to get them for their kids. Younger couples that like to have a game night. And so like a normal deck of cards plays hundreds of different games. All these decks I made so that they would be just as versatile. So you could play for a lot of different levels, a lot of different skill levels.
So like this one,
Uh,
kings and queens sit around a table for poker. 8 hands are dealt to the players by the joker. So what is,
This is a 52 card deck.
Yep.
Standard 52 card deck, but it's a logic puzzle as well. So basically, all the cards have different clues on them. And then we start with a story about everyone has a poker hand. The 8 kings and queens sitting around a table, kind of like this. Just 8 spots. And then based on the clues, it's up to you to figure out what order they're sitting around the table. What poker hand does everybody hold? How is each player cheating? And then who wins in the end? Then after you solve the puzzle, you have an old-fashioned deck you can use for standard card games. The artwork is from an English deck, about 350 years old. The backs are my own design. There's even 2 extra cards that explain all the different poker hands, because you need to know that to solve the puzzle.
Are these washable?
No, they're paper. They are washable, but you won't be able to use them again.
Yeah, because there's a lot of cards that are like they're. Other questions, yeah, I'm.
So what is the diorama de palos? What's that mean?
That's Spanish. It's the diagram of the soups.
Um,
So,
It's on the other.
It's on the other side in English. Oh, no, but it doesn't say
Oh,
that.
it doesn't have that.
but yeah, within the deck, there's two extra cards that explain, there's one that shows that diagram and then another one in text. And, so fun thing about this, you can read the text, left to right. If you turn it upside down, when you play with jokers, jokers reverse the rock, paper, scissors logic. So now the weaker suits beat the stronger suit. So,
Wow. Gold or? It's not.
Right after COVID is when I did, as a Dark Hand deck was my, quarantine art project. So after I had 3 decks, then I started doing art shows and, realized, well, I should living in this. So,
Like, don't.
yeah, we're waiting on site.
All of your games you created are on your website. So people would refer to the website for instructions for the deck.
Right. They can also add their in. Anyone who comes up with a new game can submit their rules on the website and then I can share it with everybody else.
So you just interact with them.
Yeah. I mean, whoever invented the first deck of cards didn't have to invent all the different card games we make today.
Okay, any other questions?
Did we get a price on how much they're selling for?
Any one of these 3 decks, the Jonkin Deck, Dark Hand, and King's Keys are 20. You can also get 2 for 35, 3 for 50. Then the puzzle deck is just 15. Because I didn't have to make up any games for that one.
Cool, motion. Jack and Deck into the. Thank you. A second, let's vote, David.
I've never understand how to play it, but I will vote yes.
Antonio?
Yes.
Julia? I vote yes. I would learn how to play, I vote yes. It's me.
Yeah, I'm very curious to learn. I guess also.
Cause I used to do games, a lot of card games, so this would be like a new thing. You got the.
Thank you so much.
Give me the next steps there.
There's margaritas and sauce.
I heard old fashioned at one point. I'm like, that's. It's almost fun drink.
And any of these games can be a drinking game if you really want.
Okay, yeah. Very cool. Interesting, and you came up with other things.
Yeah, nobody does this. Again,
It's a lost art, isn't it?
well, everyone, there's a lot of different game, like people who design card decks, but it's always the same 52 card deck. So, or you can get it.
Games and.
Yeah.
Physical, it's tactile.
And also playing face to face with your opponent.
There's some games, well.
There's like a normal card deck, you can have solitaire games, there's games for 2 people, there's games for 4 and 5 people. You can play like if you play hearts or spade, you can try it out with 5 players now, because now I have 5 suits.
We used to play. I would need 5 sets of rules for this. Good over. The 1 man bandit bill, huh? Give Jeff 1 minute here.
Yeah.
Take its cards.
He will be next.
I do.
Yeah, people sometimes ask if they can buy the frames, like, no. Thank you so much. Look forward to seeing you out there.
Okay, Bill, your turn.
It's been a long time, I don't take up too much of your time.
I didn't bring my guitar. I wasn't sure what to expect here, but.
Yeah, I sent you guys the link.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah. Are you Faith?
I am,
Oh,
yes.
nice to meet you.
Yeah, nice to meet you as well.
Yeah, so I perform, I play, not just guitar, I play drums, guitar, I have a bass kind of thing in there, and then a harmonica, and I sing. And I do,
All at the same time?
Huh? All at the same time, so. Yeah, a lot of people are amazed at that, and kids like to come and watch and, things like that, and I play a lot of kind of classic rock covers, I do some originals, kind of depends on the feel of the crowd and stuff like that, you know, so, and I've been a professional musician performing for, I don't know, 30 years or something like that, so, yeah. And,
Where else do you perform?
well, recently I
was
performed at a
Saturday.
Los Angeles Fire benefit up in Joshua Tree. I played, I'm not playing in any like bars right now around here, but, I played a Christmas festival in Silverado Canyon, in December. And that's like a family event, things like that. So I played I geared my set to a lot of Christmas tunes and stuff like that, kind of rock and roll versions, Christmas tunes and things like that. So I can pass my cards around. You kind of get a look, I've looked a little bit different. I have lights. I have my sound equipment. I'm a sound engineer, so I have really good sound. I play everything live. It's not pre-recorded. Oh, wow.
I was trying to play your video, so.
Yeah, okay. You never know what you're gonna, I do a lot of different kinds of stuff, but I usually gear my set toward what the audience is, so.
Best way for a musician to do is judge by the audience.
Yeah, and it's fun, you know, so.
I think you'll be a draw. I think with all those instruments, I think people will stop it.
Yeah, I've checked out the other musicians in Village Fest. I thought, oh, I could totally do that. It'd be a lot of fun.
Are you aware that we actually rotate them, right? So we don't, like.
I
every
wasn't
week?
sure if like the
You wanna explain
scheduling
that
and
bit?
things like that. That's fine though. That's fine with me.
Training, you'll explain all that.
Yes, yes.
Orientation, yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind being rotated.
And vocal cords, one American.
Yeah. You what?
The winner last year was a.
Oh, really? Oh, cool. Oh, yeah, I did. The girls. Yeah, right.
Any other questions for Bill? Mitchell?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I vote yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sonia and David.
Yes, goodbye. Thank you.
Congratulations, Bill.
Thanks.
Welcome to Georgia.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up.
That's it?
Now there's one item.
There is.
Last meeting, Chair informed that we now have the latitude of scheduling time for our meetings. So we have this on the agenda and so that there's some discussion. We don't have to make a decision now, but you know, at one time there was some real interest in changing the time, date, whatever. With the caveat, this needs approval, once we, make a suggestion, so. Open the floor to discussion.
So-
Just for background, so all the different commissions had a meeting at different times. We used to be 3:30 at one time. And then the council decided that, last council or two councils ago, that all meetings would be at 5:30 to allow working people, students and the like to be able to participate. And I think that's when they lowered the standard for age as well, didn't they?
Correct.
What is the age now for participation in a?
I believe it's 18, unless you're a student, and then you have to be in a high school.
Okay, yeah.
And mind you, venue is important. We have to have a room like this and it's
For
set up
sure.
like this, so, yeah, that would need to be adjudicated too, so. Is there any interest in changing the dates, the times of Village Fest, or are we happy with the way it is at the present?
For me, I know daytime would be harder for me. I'm sorry, would be much harder for me. Tuesday's a great night for me, but it's not just up to me. I know Wednesdays I wouldn't be available because I have a show to film on Wednesday, so that would exclude me from all meetings. So that's my only,
I think that we're on the second and fourth Tuesday of the month, no matter what. That's in our charter, isn't it? Yeah,
Correct.
so
You-
it's about the time of day.
all right,
Right.
I'm happy with the time.
when Dan and I term out, and when is the end of the term?
The end of June.
June.
End of
So
June.
we time out in 4 months, so I don't feel like I should have a vote because that won't be affecting me as much as it will other people, so I'm gonna abstain from voting.
That's your choice, you don't have to, I mean.
We're suggesting.
And keep in mind, would changing time affect our vendor? You know, would we get more, would we get less?
Well, that
That's
was,
a
that was
consideration.
because so many of them have children. So if you notice in the beginning, when we first changed to 5:30, there were a lot of kids in the room. Because people didn't have a place to leave their kids, so they could bring them with, with them in the evening. I haven't been seeing as much of that. We still do a little bit, but not as much.
Right.
But so that could be a challenge. Also, some of them coming from farther away. And so if you think about traffic on the 10 or wherever they're coming from, and then having to get home after this, like this last guy, all right, it's 6:45. If he's in Joshua Tree, he's not getting home until 8:30, maybe not, right? So those were the considerations. For me, I prefer it in the afternoon. I like when it was at 3:30, it works out perfect because it doesn't disrupt my dinner, and everyone knows that that's my thing I live for, having dinner. So that was why I liked it better then, but I understand the plight of the vendors, so you bring up a good point that probably should take precedence over our own personal preference, so I will withdraw my personal preference for the afternoon and say, let's figure out what works for the vendors.
Our board members who still have jobs, would
Yeah.
changing affect you? Or would it?
It might, and I justified my adherence to this board. Not only as community service and involvement, but to help and look and keep an eye open for trends and new business development opportunities that could benefit my company.
Yeah.
They, on the other hand, have always been, why aren't you in the office? Why aren't you in the office? I'm like, do you know how much I work at night and homes on the weekends, holidays? I would see a nice benefit, a very logical benefit for there to be one Tuesday in a mid-afternoon, 3:30, 4-ish, and then maintain another one at 5:30. I break away to get here at 5:30 and I sometimes don't make it, but
Are you saying alternate a 3:30 and a 5:30?
to accommodate a lot of people have different needs and different schedules and times.
I think that might be confusing, yeah.
I just think it's, you're meeting the needs of both the employed and the, could Joy make it, for instance, if she had to close her shop at 3:00?
Doesn't ever have to close their shop. Doesn't work in her shop.
That should be actually, because I think once you get into the groove, it's not that confusing if you know that the second, it's always at 3:30 and fourth, it's always, 5:30.
It's even possible that if I will farm out eventually too, but if I'm replaced with another person that has a 9 to 5 job. That maybe they could hire two people, one person that does an afternoon, one person that does an evening.
You meet two different commissioners.
Yeah.
That's not. So Antonio, you work in the evenings. You're in the restaurant business, so is there a preference for you?
5:30 is perfect.
Work for you?
Yeah,
So
so
it doesn't
because I
matter
mean,
what-
it's far enough away where they can plan, like, okay, maybe I can't go this Tuesday because I submitted an application to, but I can go next one.
How would afternoons work for you as well? Or not as well?
Personally, I could probably make it work, but just because of what I do, other people, let's say that were coming in that had a 9 to 5 job, it's not as easy to say, oh, I have to go use, it's not community service. So even places that offer like ETO probably wouldn't work that time.
I think I'm worried about that because honestly, you're making a decision based on your life and what the opportunity is. I mean, we all did that, right? And to be honest, if the meetings were in the evening, when was, sorry, I apologize. Yeah, so that can go both ways. But I think what's more important is at this point, because we have an opportunity, because it can be changed again, right? What would work for this board? And we don't want anyone to have problems with their job, or their work, or their personal schedule either. So I can do with not having dinner planned 2 nights a month.
I'm not hearing any compelling reason to make a change right now. That's what I'm hearing. Is that correct?
Well, I turn business down on these Tuesdays because I'm a private chef. So I turn business down. I'll prep food during the day for clients, but I won't accept business for dinner engagements.
So continuity is important.
Continuity is important because I have clients that expect, and I can't make food 3 days in advance for them or,
If within the afternoon, could you still do business at night, or would you not have enough time for?
I wouldn't have enough time
So
probably.
it doesn't matter. Month, you just can't do your chef.
I just can't do much.
Okay.
I mean, I prefer earlier, but it's. So I don't have a job, it's not that, so. For dinner, with that.
I get my husband a cook twice a month.
So we can make a motion to stay status quo as what we are, or we could decide to table this and come back to it at some other time if the board needs to. But I think what I hear is that we're okay with.
Do we have to
5:30.
table it or can we just say for now we're as we are and if we want to bring it up later on, we can
Well,
bring
that's
it
what I
up?
think.
You only need to take a vote if you're gonna change something, because your current status is as is.
So at any point in time, we can decide we want to discuss it again.
Correct.
No.
You can't? Oh, okay. Is there a time frame? No schedule.
Yeah, let's have a discussion.
I think we should just leave it. Yep.
We're good with leaving it, everybody? Yes. You want to vote?
Do we have to vote?
You don't need to vote if you're gonna leave it as is. You only need to vote if you're gonna make a change, because that recommendation has to go to city or to the city clerk's
It has to be
office.
done by a motion. You can't say, who has a preference for 3:30 or channel preference.
No, if you guys are in agreement, then it can stay as is.
It's gonna be worth a lot.
Yeah, if I was paying more, I would fight. It's not fair for me to do that.
But where we are now, we'll leave it as. Any business. Anything staff and sustainability.
We have no updates.
New business, Joy is not here to talk about the youth banner contest vendor. You are, I was just gonna say, but Celia is here. And staff is here, so are there any updates with you?
Following her lead because you said we have to do this, so I had no idea how we start this. So I'm gonna reach out to her again and see if we can just get the ball rolling.
Well, has she done it by grassroots communications in the past, or has there been an announcement saying there's going to be a
Is it
contest?
on Facebook or Instagram or? what?
Or in the
She has all
school?
the contacts through the schools.
Okay.
Yeah, Joy's run the program many years for the holiday banner contest, so we are just gonna duplicate those services in the same manner, just through the spring. Mhm. Yeah.
Well, when we say have to happen in the spring, we're then. get
Well, we
started
wanna
in the
make-
spring or get it started now because we have a contest.
No, we want to get it started in the spring, so we need to set a timeline so that by the end of summer, by the time the kids leave school, everything is completed because they get displayed during the summer season.
See, that's.
Downtown.
I'm out, so.
It's okay.
I won't be able to.
No, they'll be fine. Well, by the end of June, when you're terming out, ideally they'll be up. So the program will have been completed.
Okay, just one new business update for me. I think it was last week I attended a Blue Zone meeting. Many of you may have seen, and I think everybody on the board was invited to attend.
Yeah.
Jeff Coors is leading an initiative in the city called Blue Zone. And it's really about health and sustainability and becoming a better, more healthy city and location. It's a very ambitious program. We'll see. I mean, it's just now in the infancy stages. Most of the people who attended were involved in the city. And so they're looking for grassroots support. There were merchants there, restaurant owners there. I mean, heck, if they could do half of what they propose to do, we would be a better and healthier city, I believe.
It's my understanding that there's only one community in California that's labeled. Blue Zone.
Loma Linda,
Yeah,
Loma Linda.
yes,
Okinawa, Japan, Sardinia.
yes, yes.
Loma Linda, I mean, they didn't allow fast food restaurants. They don't, they have a lot of restrictions in their city about even meat products. So, it is an ambition.
It's also a faith-based community. Also insular even for.
Yeah.
And that's, but anyway, nonetheless, there's a lot more in Blue Zones than that, but Jeff is hired by Blue Zones now. And, yeah, so it's not like it's a volunteer or that he's doing it for the city. He's actually representative of Blue Zone. Blue Zones is an organization. Blue Zones was actually founded by the Seventh-day Adventist church. And so there's still an affiliation there, which was some of the controversy in the beginning, but they're trying to be a lot more commercial about it now. Some of us there's meetings with Jeff all over the place. Like I have a meeting with him next Tuesday for an initiative for 1PS. The Sunmore Neighborhood Organization is going to have a meeting with him for another initiative that, again, ties back to Blue Zone. So a lot of people are trying to leverage Blue Zone to do a lot of different things. I believe they have a $6 million budget at this point to spend, not from the city, from Blue Zones, on initiatives to start activating, to plan and then activate the program. There's no guarantee it's going to happen. But it's a lot more formidable than when they first came to city council and did the first presentation.
And the city already earmarked funds as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
85, 80.
And let me say, it's an aggressive program, but the major hospitals were there, they're supporting this and backing it. And as I said, if they instituted only a portion of this, I think we'd be better off. I bring this up to all of you because surely they're gonna want to speak more to Village Fest, as this moves forward and what we do. So we need to keep this in the back of our mind and you're welcome to take that brochure and take a look at it or look it up online, but for now, it's an initiative and I think we'll be hearing more of it and we should be aware.
And there's an impact on transportation and parking and everything involved in this, because they really want people walking. They want to expand the perimeter of downtown out past the convention center and beyond, so that calling that all a walking area. There's a little bit of a conflict with the age profile in Palm Springs. Like one of the things I said at one of the meetings was, at my age, I am not walking in July. I'm not gonna hook down Talkwoods to get to Palm Canyon to go buy a pair of sneakers and then walk back. I'm driving my car, I'm pulling up, I'm gonna do Doris Day, park right in front of this door. And I'm gonna go and get my sneakers, I'm gonna drive away. That's it, that's the reality of it. So there is gonna have to become a happy medium to make all of this work, but I think there will.
So just stay tuned.
It's interesting.
If it comes up, we won't have it on the agenda, we'll just, if it comes up again, we'll be aware.
I think there's other commissions that have a lot closer contact to it.
Sustainability.
Lawyers on Main Street. Any subcommittee report, Cheryl, anything you want to, we saw the data.
Right, nothing new. We had talked in the last meeting about setting up an offsite so that we could talk about our recommendations. So I haven't done anything further because I've been waiting until we can all sort of review that. And when we decide to have that, I'll put together kind of my summary and what I think came out of that, as well as I'd like to use some of that time to talk about the next steps in doing another survey among the attendees of Village Fest, but we're gonna run out of time to do it during the season if we don't, have our.
Everybody see the data?
Yes.
It's impressive. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there are some clear things that come out of it that we might want to come back and recommend, but we need to address in this group. And we need to determine whether we want to bring them forward to council clerk, wherever it needs to go to make any changes.
We hope in our offsite meeting, an action plan of what we have to make some recommendations to the council if we want to make some changes.
Sure.
And some of them are very noteworthy and it probably should be considered, but, so Jasmine and I will work on setting up a date and place and that should come fairly quickly.
Yes, yes, I have dates. The convention center sent me some available dates, so I will meet with Chair Roberts and then we'll get those dates out to you so we can get a date that works for everybody. It will likely be during the day, so we do need to try and plan for that. And if it does not work for you, I think it's really important that every board member be present for that meeting. Because if you do make formal recommendations, the council likes to see that all members of the board have reviewed and approved. So we'll try and get those out sometime this week, so we can set that up.
Where are we looking at doing it at the convention?
At the
center?
convention center, Mhm, yeah. They just sent me some dates that are available.
That's a good segue into staff reports.
I just have one. I just want to make sure that the board knows that we are in planning preparations for our 33rd birthday celebration. 33rd, right? 33rd birthday celebration, March the 13th. So please mark your calendars. We'll have some live entertainment as we did last year and an abundance of cupcakes. So please plan on attending. I know, I agree. I agree. It was, so please make sure it's in your books. Mhm, yeah.
Wouldn't it be fun if we could get Lee Carter to come for the birthday celebration? I reached out
That's
to,
brilliant.
I reached out to her management. And she even responded back. She regrets that she could not be here. She has another commitment on the East Coast, but wish everybody. Maybe we'll get her back for some village.
Hopefully. Yes. That's all
Anything
we have. Are you good?
ready for a motion to adjourn?
Celia.
That's unlike you, Phil. All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? Thank you, everybody.
On March 13th, what are the hours can be proposed? Winter hours?
Yeah.